Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, maybe not with so much of a candy hangover. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love. And it's for November 1st, 2021, also being timeless. So I'm recording this on October 30th because this was going to be the time that I had for it. A few hours ago, our spiritual community had lost somebody very near and dear to our hearts. He crossed over. His name was Adrian, and he was one of the sweetest individuals that I've come across in years. And I just wanted to give him a shout out, even in the afterlife. He spent his last few years traveling North America with the love of his life, Ellie, and he lived like such an adventure. He lived so authentically. He lived so much with unconditional love, and he was such a beautiful soul. So I just wanted to say Godspeed, Adrian, aka Dewey. Know that we all love and miss you from this side, and we'll look for your signs. And glad that you are no longer in any sort of discomfort or pain. Sending you a ton of love. So, I just really wanted to say that. And if you have found your way across this at any point, this might be a reading for you. If it's, if it's not resonating, there's not too much I can do with that. First card to come out is the, oh my God, and the one that's underneath it, got the 10 of Swords. All right, so yes, it's general collective. It's not going to make sense to everybody. If it does, awesome. If not, but your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, intense. So if you have questions about booking a session, find me in the email address provided or on the social platforms and send me a DM. Super easy to find me. So 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. This is upright, this is in reverse, and then we have this bad boy. So what I see here is somebody who, it feels like they finally spiraled out of control. They finally ended this very painful chapter in their life, and it feels like finally they can start to breathe again. I see that a huge crack in their foundation is showing, and that's fine. That happens. I don't feel like this is necessarily tyrant-like energy. I feel like this is somebody who has lost a sense of control, and even though that seems disastrous, it is a huge relief to this energy. The reason why I'm saying that is because this. Oh, very interesting. This is riddled with masculine energy. Wow. The High Priestess is coming in after the Emperor. This is an entirely new phase that you have to enter into, and it's with perfect love and perfect trust and perfect intentions and perfect truth. A lot of information that you are I guess are going to be moving forward with. So what we have here is truth is coming out, and what dead seeds that you have been watering that are not growing, and it's not something where I see that you are running away. I think that this is feeling like you kind of can't get away from it, and there's a choice that needs to be made. So definitely check out the mini reads after this. What I'm seeing here is a major change in whatever the commitment is or whatever the faith is in this. And I think that you are moving on to greener pastures. So you actually might be cutting some losses right now. God, I'm just thinking about this, and you know how I was talking about Adrian in the beginning of this? I think that if this is him giving a message, then it's him that, you know, he's no longer suffering, and that he is on the other side. He is where the grass is greener, and he made the active choice to allow himself to pass through this life to the next. Such a beautiful spirit. So this, going back to the reading, I feel like this is about, it's about faith, it's about some sort of commitment and a lot of information that you need to share. So this reading so far feels like a lot of truth has to come to the surface. Truth that is going to give you the next steps in what you want to do, what you want to take. And I really feel like this is going to be some sort of earth-shattering move with you. It feels beautiful, and it also feels like divine shock. So this actually might be happening so fast that it doesn't even feel like it's really happening yet. It almost feels like you're watching a movie. And it's not until everything starts to settle will you emotionally or, mentally attach to it. It all feels kind of like a dream. So this, we have a lot of stressors in here. And I think that it's because you feel like you don't have control over this. But this is you and having to let go of the past situation. And it feels like you are finally getting over all of that stuff that has been happening through years. And I mean years. We're talking multiple decades on this one, I feel. So what I'm seeing here is letting go of something that was at complete odds with you. And we have this. There's no more fight to be had in it. The Divine Nurturer. I always see that card and feel like it's the Madonna card. Madonna is the Divine Mother, the unconditional love, the Divine Nurturer, the perfection of it. Not, not our musician. She's pretty boss, but, I wasn't talking about her in this. So I'm getting pulled to use the Saints and Angels with this. You're a leader. So I think that this is no longer leading with brute force or I guess this need to control through panic, but I see like you stepping into the leader role. There's a more gentle and heartfelt approach that you will be doing. You win over through matters of the heart, and I feel like this is a huge sign. And let's see, oh, you have inner child wounds to heal with this one. That's why it's leading with sweetness, because this is where there's been aspects of you and your growing patterns and your construction years that have been neglected. And this is what you're healing now through love and conditioning. There's absolute healing of the emotions that's going on right now. You might be having some really interesting dreams too about either people in your life, family members, even ones that have crossed over. But also this is healing those wounds and a lot of emotional healing. And there's a point of rest on here that is really telling me that first off, you're going to be able to relax. You're going to have that edge taken off of you with this. Also, in addition to that, there's this need to actually be very sympathetic and almost a point of cradling. There's a point to cradle and coddle your emotional needs right now. Again, with all the stress that you've been through, to keep plowing through everything, let's just get it done. That's not going to work. You're just going, you can grind all you want, but eventually it's no longer sharpening the tools, it's grinding it down and away. And I think that approach continuously is where this is going to lead you. Sweetness and compassion and consideration and coddling in this is actually going to allow yourself to become undone and to actually, I guess, it feels like there is a sense of emotional outpouring that needs to happen. And that release is actually going to be something that really strengthens and empowers you. So I really like this. I feel like it's going to put you in not in a meditative state, but I feel like this is going to put you in a very rest-like state where you can actually authentically, genuinely, and at a timed pace work on your own recovery. So I want to see what that looks like. I have the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck here. I really want to see what that's looking like for you. The masculine. Self-reflection. I'll be right back. I swear to God, my child has no idea how the volume of his voice is when he has his gamer ears on. He just can't even hear himself. I can hear him so clearly in my office, other end of the house. Oh my God, he basically is shouting. So I wanted to get back to the reading, but I didn't want you guys to hear the entire game he's playing. So hey, masculine, this is about you, baby. We all have masculine and feminine inside of us. The masculine needs to be given a safe space to express itself, because you, my dear, have been feeling this for a very long time, where you have had to be so strong. You had to be detached from your emotions. And you want to know, even that hit its point where there was probably a huge emotional reaction that you were feeling. I want you to understand that that's because the masculine has been exhausted. He's been exhausted. And in that breath, the feminine aspect of the masculine has been completely neglected, as this bad boy here has been strung out. That is completely unfair. I get that you have had to be so strong for so long, but you cannot work yourself to death in this just to survive. Your reflection is telling you how much that you need to rest and surrender and recover. The only real way that you're going to get through this, now I need you to hear me on this, is to be held and to be given a safe space to become undone with. Sometimes the biggest sharpening tool is the softness. Baby, you need to learn to fall in love with yourself. Everything that makes you so beautiful, everything that makes you so unique, what you consider to be an imperfection or some sort of feels like a upset of yours, it's not. What the unique characteristics are part part of your strength, they're part of your build, they're part of what sets you apart from everything else. And honestly, it's what's also going to give you drive in life. To negate and neglect those aspects of yourself and pretend that it's such a not a crutch, a crippling effect, it's hurting you more than you realize. So the darkness is facing your darkness on those little aspects of yourself that you don't love, that hurt you. Maybe you've been holding on to hurt for a while. Maybe you've been holding on to disappointments for a while. This is saying, face your darkness and release it. There's a lot of realizations that are going to be coming into play. You are your own key to unlock this door on the self-imposed prison that has been bestowed upon you. The change is what's going to be taking place of that. You have got to let yourself off the hook of this. You've got to let yourself out of this prison. You literally have the key. You can stick your arm through every single bar and let yourself out. But you've been holding this key for so long and hiding it for so long deep inside yourself that you didn't even realize that it was a key anymore. This just became part of you. And you didn't even know what to do with it. Now is the time that you unlock yourself from this and you let yourself go. Change is inevitably going to happen because you are going to realize the very thing that you shunned away about yourself, the very thing that you hated about yourself was also one of your superpowers. And this is something that you're going to foster and hone and really build to your advantage. There's something that is a deep key secret of yours that is going to set you apart from everything else and ensure a level of success for you. So we have gratitude. What is the gratitude about? Ooh. Resistance, and then we have fruition and blossoming. And then we have new beginnings. Okay. The very thing you resisted is the very thing that is going to blossom and come to fruition. And it's going to be the very thing that sets you off on a new journey. I feel like You have a hawk's eye on this. So what I'm seeing with this, the hawk, they can see so many things that we don't. They could see a blade of grass in a football field where it just looks like greenery for us. I see that you have to really embrace whatever it was that you resisted about yourself. If it was your sadness, then it is your sadness. Embrace your sadness and see where it comes from. If it's your anger, embrace that. If it's feeling like you are so undeserving, you got to embrace that and see where it comes from. When you embrace the very thing that you resist, you get to the bottom of it, and that's where acceptance happens. That's where the actual change happens. It is the most mental mind F of all, that change happens after complete acceptance. It's like, okay, here we are. This is part of me. It's like, okay, now what? Okay. So, magical messages from the fairies. What now? Business venture, goodbye to the old, hello to the new. Vegetarian, and your wish is granted. Listen, vegetarian does not always mean vegetarian, but there's an important date coming up, and there's an ascension piece that is happening with you. You are completely embarking on this new path. It might be your actual career or life path or love path, but you going through ascension is going to be actually opening a lot of new doors for you. And we have some sort of huge validation of whatever, I guess, the manifestation was, whatever you've been setting your hopes on. So I am so incredibly hell-bent about you and and not letting you manifest something that is really going to just cause you to go through karmic lessons again. Pain. If you focus on pain, all you're going to get is pain. If you process it and let it go, see, that's the thing. Focusing on it or paying attention to it or understanding it, those are all very different things. You have an important date of when the manifestation is going to take place. So this might be happening on a very specific date that is about to happen. This might be something that is involving your career. It might be your 2-week notice even. Or it might be, if it's not better by this time, then I will make the changes necessary. Guess what, baby cakes? It's time to start making changes. It's very clearly talking about saying goodbye to the old and hello to the new. So I really don't have any mixed feelings about this. It feels pretty spot on with it. So I'm getting pulled to the whispers of love. Consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Also, super important to look at repeating patterns in your life. Oh yeah. Honesty is essential. Okay. The heart of the matter. Listen, stop lying to yourself. Demonstrate love. And then miracles and blessings. Whether or not this is about relationships for you, what I am seeing here is you need to look at the repeating patterns in your life. You got to be dead honest with yourself. Where do you find that you keep falling into the same patterns with the same people or the same situations, and you keep ignoring the hunches? You have very clear signs in front of you, and they're so common, you just think that it's normal. Start paying attention to the hunches. Stop gaslighting yourself in this. You have to see exactly what you've plugged into. Now, this might be uncomfortable for you because it actually kind of calls you out, holds you accountable to your stuff with this. I get it. It's uncomfortable. I have resisted that in the past, and really, Spirit's like, you can F around all you want, but this is the truth. You can look the other way all you want. I'm still going to be holding this sign here. You better get used to it. You are incredibly beautiful as you are. everything that you want, as long as it's authentic to you and it's not something that you think that you should want, or it's not something that you've programmed so long ago to, be part of whatever this system was. As long as it's something that is authentic to you, it's going to be brought out now. How do you show up for your life? How do you show up for your relationships, for your love, yourself, for your career? I mean, is there something that is being ignored? This is putting those on it's putting them on the forefront. So it really wants you to pay attention to that. The miracles and blessings is when you start to act in accordance to your authenticity in relationships, life, and I guess your path. When you start to demonstrate your authenticity in those places, that's when the true miracle takes place. You're going to see a lot of connections completely fade away. And even in the mini reads, definitely check those out. I was seeing that there's a resurgence from somebody or a same type of person from the past. Now, this might be a reconciliation of love, as long as it's not illegal, toxic, or violent. Blah, blah, blah. I would be for it if it wasn't any of those things. But if it is, then this is a huge opportunity for you to say no more. So I see that once you put yourself in alignment with what is true and what is healthy for you, that's when miracles and blessings really start to come about. So stop gaslighting yourself. Start speaking and doing your truth. Regardless of how uncomfortable it makes things at first, it is going to pave the path. The likely outcome of this is you're not holding yourself back, and you come out with victory. Wheel of Fortune. All right, Justice, the Queen of Swords. Woo, she is all about it. A lot of things are going to fall apart. You're going to let go of a lot of people, and this is because you are asserting your boundaries. And then we have the Moon, so a lot of shadow work being done where you have a hard time being honest with yourself. Don't even lie to me, I know it's true. And then you learn when to walk away from something, and this is when the new emotional beginning happens. It is an entire change in direction, and what we see here is complete lost in passion. Like, I feel like I need to make it almost NC-17. Good God. All right, you guys, I'm done pulling cards. Once you get out of your own way and do your shadow work, there's no excuse for you to not be happy. And a lot of miracles are going to be coming into play. Crap, I feel pulled to this. Okay, so activist made an appearance. Speak your truth, and then the miracle takes place. And activist came out. Yep. You think that your world's going to fall apart? You think that everything is going to come crashing down if you do talk? No. All sorts of no. It's going to make things uncomfortable because change is never comfortable. Relationships, situations will fall away. Yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's not going to break your back. It's not going to ruin your life. Speak your truth. The miracles are truly coming into play. You have all the time in the world, but you do not get these minutes back. Stop wasting your minutes. Go live in your authenticity. Your life, your future, your legacy is worth this. You want to, even more so, healing the generational traumas is so worth this. There's a reason why it's happening with you right now. Do not fool yourself. It is because you are the person who's strong enough to break all this BS and start a new path. And it is going to be one that is completely, it's going to be riddled with just complete absurd miracles. And you're going to want to pinch yourself. If you don't want to pinch yourself, message me. I'll do it for you. Just saying. Okay? My dear, if you have questions about booking a session because your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in depth, and intense, go ahead and send me a message in the provided email or DM on the social platforms. See what services I provide, prices, sales, all that jazz. And yeah, go kick this into gear. You really don't have any excuses. Go get happy right now. I'll talk to you soon. This again is the Daily Tarot and Oracle Insight on Life and Love for November 1st, 2021, also timeless. And again, I want to give another shout out to Adrian, aka Dewey. We love you. I hope your transition was just as smooth as I feel that it was. You were a beautiful light. Now you're a beautiful spirit, and we love you. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. We're going to do this with Rider Waite. Some sort of balance or some sort of lawsuit. Maybe it's both. What do you need to know? What's going on? The sword is meaning for this, how I'm feeling it, it's probably going to happen rather fast. So a plethora of cards just fell out in front. I want to look at this. We have, it's because somebody's been putting this off and holding themselves back. Now it's this huge, what seems to be shot of reality. Done playing nice. Done defending everything. Now it's time. Yeah, this might be involving some sort of battle that you're having with somebody. For some of you, it actually might be a lawsuit. For some of you, this might be karmic justice. Believe it or not. Actually, I'm very glad that this is happening because it's been a long time coming. And what I'm seeing here is, I think that every opportunity has been given in this. Now I feel like karmic justice is about to backhand somebody with a fresh one. And honestly, it feels like justice being served. If this is you, well, it's going to get you to where you need to go, kicking and screaming and crying because it was put off. Or if this is somebody that you have to deal with, get ready to see justice be played out in the most sweet and beautiful and empowering way for you. So there's really nothing left to be done. I feel like somebody is going to be stepping in with this one, and I think that it's going to be powerful. I think it's going to be fast, and I think it's going to be very intimidating for whoever this is up against. But I see that you get some sort of a payout with this, whether it's figurative or actual literal payout. What's this? A lot of information is going to be given. I think it might be from you. You might have a lot of truth to actually speak in this. I really want you to do it confidently. Yeah. I think that this is truly a gift of like justice, peace, even balance, restoration. I think that spirit is really having your back at this. So what I'm seeing here is surrender to the gift at hand that as it's trying to give itself to you. Let this be played out. Don't let yourself be manipulated by whoever this is because you gave them plenty of time. See what's on the other side of this. You got the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, you're on the up and up with this one. Congrats. I love it. You're going to be on the upper hand with this. You got the gold coming your way. Take two. My dogs decided that they were going to bark at wind because, well, they're dogs. I don't know. It's kind of what they do. If a leaf blows a little too fast, it's a predator. Anyway, so I have some cards in front of me, and what I'm seeing is opposites attracting, not really attracting so much in this. It doesn't always connect when opposites are being put together in here. What I'm seeing is it leads to this weird mindset that, okay, well, somebody's going to have to sacrifice something. And it's always you, isn't it? You're vulnerable to pretty harsh relationships where you're kind of the one who always has to invest into like a dead end type of energy. Like you see the potential, you're always trying to get them to grow. And it's you who's doing the effort. This is not going to pay off for you. If this is what you're dealing with, it's about to change very fast. And I think that this is, I think that this is probably going to lead to a break of sorts in the connection. Either that somebody has got to do either a stepping up game for you, or you got to wave them goodbye. So I want another card from here. Ooh. I I see a passionate new beginning with something that is an entirely new, I see that whatever has been taking you for granted or been toxic in the connection, it's like they want a passionate new start, but I see that you're going in another direction, honestly. I see that you have better plans. Now, if you have been, you know, at odds with this partnership for a while, this might even suggest that this is going to be probably an opportunity where this person is asking for forgiveness, asking for a chance for them to step up. That's totally your choice. But regardless, things have got to change because you're done. You're done with the way things have been going. You're done with the mindset. You're done with the enabling personality. You want something new. So either this has got to be something where they actually do try, or you have something better suited for you coming in. And I see a whole new fresh start. I see a lot of earth energy in this, and it does look like an entire shift, direction change. I really like this. It does seem like a gift from spirit, but it also seems like you're done being at such odds and always having to, feeling like you always have to do something, always like you have to do the work, or even like you've been taken advantage of, or even your good nature exploited. Hope that made sense. Hey, gorgeous. If you found your way across this, I want a message from Whispers of Love. I don't know about you. I could use some love. I'm ready for love. Back to what you love. Hey, love. How's it going? No, I don't even know. Okay, what is this? The only thing that is real is love. Reevaluate your desires and shift your focus back to love. Reflect on when you experience love. This is actually you and manifesting that kind of love. You are listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. And then we have, you always have a choice, make yours with love. So you might be experiencing a pause right now, and this is a beautiful time for you to actually reflect. And I see that, I was talking with one of my friends earlier, this amazing woman. We were talking about, it wasn't romantic relationships, but I'm going to use this as an idea. As you're thinking and trying to attract a love interest, it's important that you be the embodiment of it, what it is that you want to experience. So this is kind of telling you to envision how the relationship feels, how it makes you feel, how the partner's energy feels, how the day goes. It's not a script by script, line by line type deal. It's not that. But the visualizations and creating an emotional attachment to it makes it very real. And focusing on that, focusing on what feels true and authentic for you, it starts to build up momentum inside of you and energy inside of you, and it actually starts to connect to like energies on the exterior with you. So as you're going through this and as you're connecting to the feelings, life will start to filter out everything in its environment around you to actually feel that love, to feel that connection. And it'll start to draw in similar, actual person energies. Now, obviously, you'll meet a few nuts along the way. Did I just spit? I think I just spit. But anyway. Okay. Use your discernment. This is also where you trust your spidey senses. Trust your gut on this. If something is seeming off to you, it probably is. But if something has that exhalable, relaxing feeling, go ahead and investigate that bad boy, because that feels pretty in par with what you should be going towards. I say bad boy, but it's not really a gender thing. It was like, yeah, go into that. Anyway, stay safe, have fun, and be the love that you want represented in the world. It's coming your way. Bye, babe. Hey. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. What do you need to know? Queen of the Moon Oracle card is talking about your power right now. Coming full force, we have growth. I really feel like this is you starting to stand out, feel on top of the world, get into your empowerment. It's something where it's simply time. the waning crescent, where they're reaching out to each other. There's a lot of new connections that you are probably either physically making or mentally making. I feel like it's more the latter on this one. What am I seeing with this? The waning gibbous. All right, so the waxing crescent and the waning gibbous, both are at stage 2. A lot of extreme mental realizations that are coming into play right now. And what I see is peace. As a whole, it is time for you to realize your power, stand in it, surrender to it, accept what everything has brought you, and also what you can really do with it. It seems like a beautiful time to manipulate power, and I don't mean that in a negative sense. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful time for you to actually make some pretty drastic changes in your life, and I think that this is also a matter of you owning your confidence in the mental faculties, because that is going to be the foundation for all of this. It doesn't really matter what substance you're working with or what resources you have at this point in time. It's important that you change the mindset of how everything works together. So this, I don't feel like life has handed you many options on a silver spoon. And I think that that and the adaptability that you have felt or having to be forced to do is something that is really going to be coming into play right now. I see that this is you and being a major, I think, resourceful manifester with this. I literally feel like you can make an entire world out of a nothing right in front of you. It's almost as if you were Merlin creating from what seems to be scarce resources. But this, when you change your mindset in this, you actually start to draw more in your way. So this, it's talking about clearing and then being very direct with what you're putting out. Very unique message. Okay. Oh no, this is going to be for one very specific person. Hey there, gorgeous. Have you found your way across this? Chances are you need a mini message. Something is coming in to sweep you off your feet. Hey, love. Nice to meet you. I don't know. Anyway, this feels good. It feels like it's earth-shattering. This is coming in so fast. But all right. This is something that you haven't walked away from. I think that something is looking to make a reconnection with you. It has been obsessed with you. This is obsessive energy, passionate energy. Something that I feel that you haven't gotten past, that you haven't moved on from. Seems like as long as this isn't abusive or toxic, because I'm never shipping those kinds of connections, I see that this is a new phase where somebody is coming back or a relationship is being revived. And I also feel like this is something that you are so magnetically drawn to. This might even be hypersexual. And I don't really say that in readings, but it feels like that. Oh my God. Really? Really? You're really doing this to me right now? Really? No, really. Yeah. Somebody who you are, if this isn't you, this is something you need to know. Somebody who you have had a super magnetic attraction relationship. This might be revived. Oh yeah, this feels kind of hot. I don't really just say that in these mini reads, dude. All right, somebody is going to be making contact. And this is because they have not let go. They have not gotten over. It's just, there is something about you. I like it. Whatever you got, that is hot. So this, they can't escape it. It kind of makes me feel, now I don't like the ending of it, but it makes me feel like Catherine and Heathcliff in Wuthering Heights. Like, oh God, that is soulmate, deep soul bonded connection, isn't it? Where it's just, it's that deep fiery passion. They couldn't make it work at a time, but They always go back to each other. So this is what that energy feels like. And it feels like this person wants to offer a new commitment, and it's also an offer of love. And it does feel like it's somebody who is from the past coming back. Again, as long as it's not violent or toxic or illegal, hey, give it a shot, as long as it's going to make you happy. I really hope that this did make sense. And you know what? This is really hot. And I hope that it is as beautiful as I think it will be. If you're coming across this, somebody has a back-breaking choice that they have to make. It's important that they level their head before they come close to any sort of conclusion. They feel the weight of the world on their shoulders with this. This is dealing with something that is very close to them, but I gotta ask, are you going to feed your fear, or are you going to feed your truth? What are you gonna do with this? What is the weight of the world on your shoulders with this? Oy vey. This is something that you just can't jump into halfway. You really want something to work out. It hasn't worked out before. If you try and control this, listen, we have masculine and feminine energy all over the board with this. You have to make a choice. You both have to make a choice. You guys couldn't make this work in the past for whatever reason. Somebody wasn't fully invested in it. This is the time where you have to ask, are we going to do this? I see that you're probably going to follow your heart and jump into something new. This is a lot of work to be done with this. And it does make you feel like you have to jump through a lot of hoops. Kind of makes me feel like you're Evel Knievel, kind of jumping through the most stretched out, fiery hoops that I've ever seen. But you guys have to be very firm in what you are signing up for and how you're going to make this work. What is the final cards with this? Really? Why is the sun in that in reverse? Somebody's going to be miserable as they are as they are making this decision. They're not happy. They don't want to have to make this choice. They're miserable that they got here. But this is masculine energy feeling grossly insecure. Listen, dude, you got to cut through the BS. Do you do that? I don't know. Don't you dare. If this is you having to make that decision, you are the divine masculine who's feeling completely ungrounded. Don't project your feelings and insecurities onto the person who you are connecting with or the choice that you have to make. This has to be done for you, by you, and nobody else. So what I'm seeing here is, hey, Emperor, you got to realize that you're going to be stressed out for a bit. So make sure that you are actually making a decision with the heart and not just based off of stress. This, cut through all of that and be very clear about what your intentions are. I hope that made sense. It's worth it. Okay. If you're coming across this, hearts are going to be healed. And apparently I need to light another incense. God dang it. I want this one. I really need to get better incense because some of them do not stay lit. And I'm not wasting my hard-earned money on incense that doesn't light. What kind of crap is that? I'm not playing with it. Okay. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, what is this? Healing hearts, self-forgiveness, have faith. Your prayers are manifesting. It's going to start off as probably a friendship right now, and that's more than fine. I think that there is new trust that has to be established here. A lot of these mini reads are talking about something coming back. Babe, your trust has been broken. The faith in whatever this was has been shaken. If this is a new relationship, then learning from past relationships, You got to take things slowly and start off as friends. But if this is a reoccurring soul bonded connection, you people, and I mean it, have got to pump the brakes. Because even though you guys have the love there, you guys just going with the throes of it, you often bite yourself in the keisters. We don't want to do that. So I see that you guys have to build a whole new level of trust with each other. Not hold each other to the past issues, because that's not going to heal your heart. Have faith that the other person is stepping up for the right reasons this time. And the friendship, you cannot have any relationship of any kind without it, having a foundation of friendship. I know what you're going to say, but you know what? That's how it goes. This is worth the wait. And what's this final one? Worthiness. It's worth the wait because you have to discover how worthy you are, how worthy this is. And not just think that this is all I'm going to get. This is the best I'm going to get. I'm going to get Tweedledum over here. No, it's going to break if that's the case. No. If you actually are looking at your partner like, this is the best I can do, you better believe that it's going to be thrown in your face. But I don't see that this is that kind of connection. I see that this is where you have to see yourself worthy, that this is going to unfold in its beautiful, magnificent time. So whatever this is, it's got to start over. It's got to be a friendship. It's got to grow from there. And you have to establish the worth in this. And it is so worth the wait. I'm sending you so much love.